Right? Yeah, we're now parked pretty much at the corner of Albert and Metcalf, which is where we are now. And more people are taking to sign trucks. This. Yeah. All right, the police have this street blocked off, and they had a bunch of vehicles up here before, but they don't now. All right, we're heading up the street, folks.
I watched the video last night about those motherfuckers taking the gas, man.
Pretty wild, eh?
So the Kingston clubs come in at 1:30 in the morning and take the jerry cans. I watched your video last night.
Yeah.
That's criminal of them to do so, man. That's bullshit. We don't stand for that, man.
Man, I see somebody stealing something in front of me. I don't want that to happen, whether they got a badge or not.
You know what? They didn't steal from you. They stole from somebody else, and you stuck up for that person, man. This guy, you're good, man.
That's all.
100%. I appreciate you 100%.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it very much.
I watched you, bro.
Thank you. Well, clearly the videos are getting out there, folks. Randoms on the street have seen the things that are going on. They're not happy. Now, thankfully, they're also not angry. At least angry enough to take it out in a violent way, which is, that's when we lose, right? So, all right, we're going to take you right up to the front line here, let you know what's going on. Yeah. Nice and sunny out today. I would say it's not even -10. Here.
You want to hop, just go like this. Doesn't matter if they're strangers. This is Canada. Give yourself a big round of applause. You have just demonstrated what it means to be Canadian. That's what you've done. We take our differences and we stand together for what's truly important. Love and freedom. Freedom to love. Freedom to choose. That freedom of choice is so incredibly important. And if you have chosen to accept an injection this past year, one or more, I just want you to know I love you. And I respect your choice. You know what else I love? Is I love people who respect my choice not to. It doesn't go with these injections. If you think they'll harm you or if something doesn't feel right, it doesn't matter what your reason is for saying no. I respect your right to choose. You have a right to choose what goes in your body and on your body. How many agree? You have a right to choose what goes in your body and on your body. And that means if you want to wear a mask, I'm okay with that. But that also means if you choose to walk around with a naked face, I'm okay with that too. I love these smiles we're seeing here. It warms my spirit. I've been a DJ for over 20 years, and where I get my energy is people like you, from doing events and from lifting spirits. And when COVID came, I lost my job. March 17, 2020, boom. And he says, I am to confiscate that. I'm taking that from you. You will be peaceful, but you're going to get his name and badge number because he has violated your personal rights. So we remain peaceful, but we keep track of who these people are, catch it on video. And if you see anybody misbehaving, catch it on video. We will hold individuals accountable for their behavior. This is a peaceful event, and anybody who is here and does not behave in a manner of peace is not associated with this event. The people who are with this event are for love and joy and freedom. My name is Benita Peterson. I'm here from Edmonton, Alberta, and I founded an organization February 4th of last year. It's my 1-year anniversary this week, and it is all fired up for freedom.
I saw you the other day. You live in that black camper on the car, eh? In the bus, yeah. I love your setup, man.
Thank you, brother.
I love it. That's...
Now we're just a couple blocks down now.
Okay.
We had to move yesterday, but
Yeah.
I got a couple 100 people in my hands. I gotta get them shown around. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here tonight. It's for now, it's you and me. Our guest looks like they might be a little bit late. But we've got a lot of footage to go over, that's for sure. The one thing that I wanted to start with here tonight, because I didn't give you enough context yesterday, as you may very well know, as you're joining us here, if you're joining for the first time, you might not know, we are reliving the convoy, the Freedom Convoy that happened 2 years ago. We're in the process of reliving it day by day, and I've lined up the footage as best as I can to correlate with the day that happened 2 years ago today. So that would have been February 7th in 2022. So the footage you're going to be looking at is from February 7th, 2022. But yesterday we got a little carried away and we didn't get to actually see the bubble bus's departure at Confederation Park. Now, Confederation Park was kind of out of the public eye, but there was really interesting things that happened down there. And today you're going to get a taste of it. So yesterday, 2 years ago, this is what was happening during the day. We're going to skip to nighttime, then we're going to get right to today. Okay, you ready to go? Here we go. Yeah, we're doing that right now. So, what happened? What's happened?
They need to come down.
I'm going to be responding to your comments in the side. So, thank you for coming here. Now, this is a ceremony that was occurring.
Nobody can take away what was gifted to us by white buffalo calf women and the Lakota, and Dakota people. And
okay, now I'm not going to sit here with the whole ceremony for you, but basically it's a blessing ceremony. This is Pat King over here with one of the elders and then a lot of the clan mothers around. This is the final day we would spend at Confederation Park.
as you'll see in the next clip. This is what was happening during the day as they were closing it out.
From Mother Nature. And my relations here are from the same area. They were here yesterday.
Okay, we're not going to spend the whole time going through the ceremony, but it was a very respectful ceremony, and Pat here was the recipient of it. Pat King, as you know, was dubbed one of the organizers of the Freedom Convoy. We've got a lot of footage of Pat. He may come on, he may not. I don't know. I haven't really talked to him, but he was certainly a central character, and I'm going to show you a little bit here.
We love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very humbled for what you guys have done and how you're giving me all these gifts and everything. But I want you to know that I will never quit standing for this country and for the people.
Yes.
Of this country.
Thank you for what you're doing, son.
I've seen too much wrong in this world, and you know, like they say, we've all come from different paths. We all made our mistakes. We've all had our issues. But once you let go and let God. Once you allow that energy in the universe to take control, I wake up in the morning and I don't even know what I'm going to do next. I just get up and we go. Ask George. We don't even make a decision. Just get up and we go.
Creator does, baby.
And I love the flatter. I'm very flattered from all the remarks, but understand it's you guys that are making the difference.
Yeah, baby.
I'm
Now we're
saying
talking.
what you guys are all thinking. You just need to say it and think it a little louder now. And you need to stand up and understand that you have an army of people behind you.
All right, so you can certainly feel the type of vibe that was there, and that vibe was quite prominent down at the Confederation Park. But later on in the day, the authorities had another idea, so we're going to share that with you now. Here we go.
Live from Confederation Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the kitchen. And if you know anything about an
Off to the new location, which I understand to be about 45 minutes away from here. They got police trucks behind it. Couple, 2, 3, 4. That guy just in a pickup truck. He's with us. He got fancy lights. Fancy lights. So that's the kitchen. That's the kitchen that's here, or that was here, and ground below zero, and it is now off on the road. We'll let you know up to date when we figure out where it lands. We are gonna get out and maybe do a little friggin' roundabout, eh? What do you think?
And basically what happened was...
Get the troops ready. Okay, so, yeah, okay, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna come back in another, in a little bit, just hang tight within a half hour.
And then...
All right, so...
As the kitchen left, we were kind of the very last stragglers. This is what happened at Confederation Park when we kind of tried to figure out what was going on.
It appears to be imminent. Here we are.
Yep, cleaning out the old van. She's not starting yet, but we'll get her going.
Okay, cool. What do you need? Do you have everything you need? Do you have
I got cables. I just need a boost. Yeah.
Okay, need a boost. So we're getting the car ready there, and we'll be over in just a second. Yeah.
I decided to go over and see what
this is what the police do before they go in for a raid or whatever. They all kind of group up into a group and, and given their instructions, and then they go execute. So there's a big drone in the sky. Come here to watch us. The paddy wagon's here, so they clearly mean business. What are your intentions? What should we be doing?
All right, how are you this evening?
Oh, I'm not getting too close to you guys. Please keep distance. I just want information.
All we're asking is if you could please leave. I think you've been warned a couple times today.
I have not been warned once, but now I have. Thank you.
You can leave.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Got it.
Have a safe travel.
I don't like it when they move towards us.
Yeah, man. I don't know if you guys saw my arrest, but that was kind of how they got me at the arrest. They just kind of started infringing on me, so I decided to back up. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest on here this evening that I've known for a couple of years. I've seen her in and around all the different rallies. I know she spent some time at the Truckers Convoy, and I'm gonna now let her introduce herself. Alexandra, how are you today? Are you doing good? Can I hear you? Hold on.
Can you hear me?
I can now. Absolutely. Alexandra, how
Hi,
are you?
Jim. Hi, I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me. Hi to your beautiful wife and yourself as well, and everyone else who's watching.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad you came. I know we were talking last week. You were quite excited to come, and then you were a little nervous to come. I hope you're feeling okay.
I'm okay so far.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, you've only got a couple hundred people looking at you or something, and it'll only be seen by thousands. And if you mess up, it'll be indelibly marked in history forever. So you'll
And
be
plus,
fine.
they
Don't
will
worry.
understand it. I'm an immigrant, so they will understand it.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start there. You're an immigrant from where?
I was born in old Yugoslavia. That used to be Yugoslavia, but it split to Croatia, Serbia, and Bosnia during the war in '91. What government did there, they also divided us. What they're doing to you guys, vax and not vaxxed, and what they're doing now in this beautiful country that used to be for a lot of us immigrants to come here and have a better life.
Right. So you say it seems similar to something that you've experienced in your homeland. Can you explain to us what it was that happened in your homeland and maybe how this looks similar to you?
Yes, I was 9 years old when the war started in '91. I seen some stuff that child shouldn't see. Um, like fleeing your own village with no electricity. You don't know where you're going, where enemies waiting for you to shoot you. As women and children, they evacuated first, and all the men had to stay back and fight for their land. Um, so I was with my grandma, old lady, and we were just going in the woods to hide till it's actually safe for us to proceed towards Bosnia, where the buses were waiting for us and taking us to Serbia or any any other country where anybody had family. So I had family in Serbia because my grandpa is originally from Serbia. He got married in Croatia, and that's where my roots are coming from.
Okay. So you say that it reminds you see something similar happening here. Could you maybe let's start with that. Uh, when did you first kind of get involved in the freedom thing?
I started getting involved when truck convoy happened. We started working from home. I reached a depression and a dark place, like most of us Canadians did. I was looking the way out. What's the best way to just leave this like world and with no pain? I was thinking about suicide and all this stuff, but then my dad is back home, and I am financially responsible for him to help him as well. And then I was just sitting at home and working, and I hear something about truck convoy. So I did the research. I'm like, what's happening? What's going on and everything? And I find more information. I was so happy. My faith and hope came back. I'm like, okay, the truckers are coming. My dad is my hope and faith as well, because if I do something to myself, he's not going to be able to survive. So during the truck convoy, I told him goodbye for safe travels from Hamilton, Ontario. And then as soon as I finished work, I was heading up there. I was there on the weekends. And then I was coming back home to work because I was afraid of my boss or anybody seeing me on like a Zoom calls, because we had meetings every day. So I didn't want them to know my personal life. So I was just at home and then going back and forth, you know.
So,
And
where's home? How far away was it? How far did you have to travel?
6 hours, Hamilton to Ottawa.
So you were driving back and forth 6 hours from Hamilton to Ottawa.
Yes.
Wow. Did you go with a group of people?
I didn't know anybody. I was going by myself. My boss's brother was up there from the day one to the end. I believe I sent you some pictures. He got some good shots when the police and armor trucks were moving in. That was the weekend that I supposed to be in Ottawa downtown, but my hotel got canceled and I had to rebook it in an airport where I seen a whole bunch of cops. And I was like, what the heck are these people doing here? So I was trying to get to the downtown core when they were moving in on people and beating and pepper spraying and everything, but I couldn't get there. I was heartbroken. And one of my good friends, I was following his live. Probably you all know Lucas Griffin.
Okay.
And I was asking him, what's the best way to get downtown? He told me not to risk it. I'm by myself and all that stuff. So just stay at the hotel. So I was pretty much getting drunk and watching the videos and crying, seeing my people getting beaten and like pepper sprayed and all that kind of stuff.
So I have to ask. I mean, the trucker convoy was the very first thing that you kind of like showed up at. You didn't know anybody. You're at this thing. You're driving back and forth 6 hours each way. Why?
I was just so happy that something was happening to get this country back, to get this corrupted government. And we still have lots to work on. I'm sorry to say, but civic war is here. You just don't experience the guns, what I was experiencing during the 1991 war. So, but that's also going to come, right? So people, Canadians have to listen to immigrants who came here from communism, fascism, and also the war, that this country is broken and it's gonna get worse if people don't stand up. And this division and this drama and everything, people need to get along till they win this war and get their government out of here. Then they don't have to talk anymore.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question, and I know that this could go south very quick, but I'm going to do it anyway, just because why not?
Sure.
You know, politics is an interesting thing, and a lot of people have a lot of different opinions. Are you of the opinion that that the people in power are the problem, or is it a systemic problem? Is it the system? Is it the people? Is it the corruptness? Is it what is it?
It's corruptness, the government. People they don't work for government. Government works for us. We don't need the government. We don't need politics. We need as people to unite and run this country. We pay them. They don't pay us.
So what do you think they get paid to do? I mean, what is their job? What is the government's job, or what should it be? I mean, what is it right now and what should it be?
But look at it. Like they try to kill people, as many people they can, with this poison vaccine. They tried everything. They put emergency act. They're doing anything. A lot of people lost their jobs. They lost their homes. They can't afford rent and everything like that because they didn't get vaccinated. I was like lucky that my boss never implemented a mandate for vaccination, because I would have been with no job. The government wants to get rid of as many people they can because the world is overpopulated.
So hold on a second. You believe, now I'm gonna slow this down a little bit. So you believe that this is actually a depopulation agenda. So it's basically getting rid of people.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Why does the government of Canada keep bringing people into the country if they want to get rid of them?
Well, because those people, they're bringing the money in. That's the only reason they're bringing those people in. And politicians, they need those people to vote for them, to get the votes. You know how corrupt it is. And also, like the election, provincial election last year, it was sent to China to count. Why is China getting involved in our election, provincial or federal?
That's a good question. I mean,
And why do we have police stations in Canada, Chinese police stations? Don't we have our own police?
Yeah, I looked into that a lot. I had heard about the Chinese police station some time ago. That would have been probably about 2 years ago. Is that still a thing? Do they still have these?
I believe so. I believe they're somewhere located in Montreal, Quebec side, if I'm not mistakenly.
Yeah, Quebec has a lot of crazy stuff going on. Like, I mean, they've always been kind of like right at the beginning of a lot of the things, and oftentimes they come out stronger than the rest of the country. I mean, it's been amazing to watch Quebec. You see the rallies out in Quebec, man. Sometimes they got like 100,000 people in the streets. You know, like.
Yeah. So
you drove back and forth, and what did you notice when you went to the convoy? Like, I mean, what kind of vibe did it have? What did you see?
It was a positive.
These guys are getting their stories in a.
It was a positive vibe. It was happiness, like the smile on the people's face that we didn't have it for so long because of the government took that away from us. It was peaceful. We never did anything wrong as the way they label us, like we were doing this and that, like nothing like that. And those people who listens the virus media, they should have showed up to see it's not true. They should have watched the live videos from other people who is actually showing all this happening there.
Yeah, this right here that we're looking at in the background is a perfect example. This is a vet that the day after they pulled down the fences, yes. he was shoveling all around. You know, so these guys they put in a lot of hard work over a long time just to to help the whole environment be better. You know.
Even the truckers, they were shoveling the snow. Why are they shoveling the snow? The property taxpayers' money, that's where it's going. City needs to shovel the snow and clean up the sidewalks. It wasn't clean till the truckers were cleaning it. Also, one of the Tim Hortons down the street on the Slater, he said he never made so much money in his life till the truck convoy. They came to clean his washrooms, like clean the floor.
I've heard so many cool stories about that. The Iconic Cafe was one of them.
Yes.
The shawarma place at Metcalf and Slater. These were businesses that were mandated to shut down, but they just couldn't help themselves. There's too many people. They were hungry. They opened up. They made more money than they ever did, and then some of them faced sanctions. The Iconic Cafe, as you know, a couple episodes ago, we were talking to Kyle, who was in the restaurant as the police came in and shut them down.
Yeah. It's like all those cops, I lost the respect for them. It doesn't matter if somebody tells me, oh, they're not all the same. They are. They had choice to give their badge and not go and do. They took an oath to serve and protect the public, not to beat us. Also, those green armors, they were UN soldiers. Why are we bringing UN into Canada? This is ISIS terrorists. This is not a war.
First of all, in order to be 100% fully accurate, we do not know for certain they were UN troops. As I don't know that. I mean, I haven't seen any conclusive proof that they were. And as a matter of fact, as I looked into it more and more people were suggesting they were from the Quebec side. But either way, I mean, obviously there were police forces from all over the country. They were all, voluntarily there. They were being paid. And I agree, they did have the option if they chose, to opt not to be there.
Exactly. And I believe somebody shared the video from Thunder Bay about 3 three UN planes, whole bunch of snow, but this UN planes were nice and clean and spotless. I wonder.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to wonder, and unpacking the entire convoy would be very, very difficult to do. Even if I've got like 20 segments of an hour and a bit a piece, and there's no way I could. I don't even think I could go over all the footage that we've got, let alone unpack all the things that actually happened. But what we are trying to do, Alexandra, is we're trying to get the individual's perspective. So, what did you notice at the convoy that surprised you? Like, did you expect there to be a lot of people there? Did you like? I mean.
I've been watching live videos, so I've been seeing a lot of people, and my heart was warm, and I couldn't wait to finish work so I can go and spend time with those people. Except I didn't like the cold, even though I had layers and layers. It was freezing. So one of my best friends, he is Greek. I took him the first time I went up there, and he's like, "You're crazy. I am not going anymore because that's too cold." His beard was full of icicles. So, but it was the best experience, and I'm so happy that I actually made it. I wished I knew people that I knew now, especially my girls like Betty, Alana, and Ashley. If I knew them before, they didn't have a ride, they didn't have anybody to go with, I would have took them like in a heartbeat. Hopefully it will happen again the same time, same as it was in 2022.
Oh, there's a lot of people who are wishing for that. I don't know what the likelihood of that is. I certainly couldn't say one way or the other. However, you made a really good point there. We get to meet a lot of really cool people, don't we?
Yes. Yeah. All the people that I met, I never knew that I will actually hang out with, like it brought us together. We're like a big family.
It's so strange to me that we have this thing in common that is not like, usually people gather together because they bowl together or they speak the same language or whatever. This is just, I don't know. I've met the most diverse group of people through this whole process.
Yeah, of course. And crazy people like myself, right?
Well, I mean, everybody's got a certain level of crazy. Let's talk about the craziest thing you did at the convoy, in your opinion.
The craziest thing that I did at the convoy, freezing my ass off. That's about it. But like I had a hotel just around the corner on a Slater's area, and I didn't even have to put an alarm clock to wake me up because the horns at 6:00, 6:30. I'm like, okay, I'm up, I'm coming.
So you didn't have a problem hanging on to your hotel?
I had the same hotel for a while, and but then the last week that I had to book it, I had to book it somewhere else. But that hotel got canceled because I called them and I said, "Why is my hotel canceled?" And they're like, "Oh, do you know that there is a protest here?" I'm like, "No, I need to come for my business. Like I need a hotel." They're like, "Oh, we don't have no staff and everything." So I couldn't find any hotel. And I believe somebody went in a different hotels in a garage because so-called it was like booked all by government and to keep us out of the downtown core.
Yep, it was amazing how many were getting canceled and how many people were left without a place to stay. And yet people were just randomly opening their doors. I don't know about you, but I got several invitations to go up to an apartment just to shower or to get clean. Or
I haven't got any invitations, but I would have done it as well. I know a lot of people slept in their vehicles as well. It was really cold. I wouldn't be able to sleep in the car. I would be frozen by the morning. But yeah, like it's just like people just got a hope and faith from the truckers, and thanks to them, like the mandate, the mask mandate, like the vaccine mandate, like it went off. So if it wasn't for them, and we made the Guinness Book of like the biggest convoy in the world, so it's just
Yeah.
amazing.
The previous convoy was the longest one was something like 7 miles, and ours ended up being like 100.
Yeah, yeah. I wish it can happen again, and same with the farmers and truckers to get together, and that would be amazing.
Well, you know, it seems to me that people only do the thing when there's a fire underneath their backside. It has to be personally affecting them, or they don't do anything. People get comfortable quite easily, especially in this country. We live a comfortable lifestyle. We are very privileged and relatively wealthy when it comes to the rest of the world here in Canada, and that does not work to our benefit when something like this is happening.
Yes, you guys never experienced that because you never seen the war, or like you, it's like it's scary. But that's why a lot of Canadians, they need to listen to the immigrants, because this country is full of immigrants from different part of Europe.
From all over the world, as I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't turn too many away, do we?
No.
Which, I mean, I understand the idea of population growth and immigration and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I'm certainly not thinking that bringing in a whole bunch of people who don't bring with them either the material knowledge or the skill set to be able to contribute to a society. I don't know how that really benefits a society other than overburdening some of the systems that are, already encumbered upon,
Exactly. Like we don't have jobs for the people who is living here for a long time, but they bring it from the other country. They come easy. For myself, I was lucky. My stepdad, he sponsored me. But there's people that come here, like I'm like, they get here like with no, I guess the money talks, right? So
Right.
um the fancy socks, soon as he sees the money, then he will bring many people. But there's like a fellow Canadians who's homeless, who lost their home, and they're living in the street. Why don't you help them? Why are we sending money to different country? Help your own citizens. There's many people that's hurting. They can barely survive day to day, and like especially the families who has kids.
Yeah, it's definitely as wealthy as we are as a country, that is being tested at this point in time because of the inflationary effect of all the things that have happened. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't believe that we're in some trouble yet, just give it a little while. Give it a few more days, a few more weeks, a few more months. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot shut down the entire world without there being massive economic impact. Okay? We haven't quite felt it yet. We're feeling it. Stuff that used to be $5 is now 10. It used to be easy to get everything. It's not so easy anymore. Well, I remember that happening in Russia when the wall, it was all that kind of stuff going on with the Cold War and stuff. And if we don't learn from history, we're destined to repeat it.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me what you love about Canada. Tell me what brought you here in the first place.
The first place was like a dream come true, to live free. The only country in the world who had freedom. Not anymore. I've been here almost 27 years, and I just want to get the hell out of here. I am not happy. It's so sad what this country became to, what it used to be. It's not anymore.
Okay, can you please explain that? There are going to be people looking at us going, I don't know what she's talking about, man. I mean, we still have free healthcare. You can still start a business if you want. And, explain what you mean by that.
Like freedom, like it's, like live free. You can go on the street, or you can say like freedom of speech. You can talk about anything. Now you can't say nothing. There's like censorship, there is this and that. Like if you do something, like for example, like why so many truckers got arrested, why so many people got arrested, like especially the boys from Coots, for what? But there's the other side, what's happening. They're putting the graffitis, they're going in the mall, attacking people and everything. How come they're not getting arrested? But
I want
that,
Yeah.
like we get.
I want to jump in here just for a second, because there is, it seems to be that there are some double standards at play. And I want to contrast all of the smiles and happiness on the streets. I don't know if I've seen this part of my video here before, but this one don't look too happy. Let's just see what she has to say here for a second, okay?
There you go. Okay, so I just kind of hooked up with a group of people here.
Oh no, I thought it was something different. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Like, yeah, like even those Antifas, like who didn't want us in Ottawa and all that.
Away.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who didn't want us in Ottawa, but I think it was because, the people who live there, here's what I don't understand. Okay, so look, if you, and I know we have a big audience from Ottawa. Thank you very much, Ottawa, for tuning in. We really appreciate you. But I mean, if you live in Ottawa, you live in the country's capital. Okay, so as such, you have to expect if somebody has a problem with the leadership in Canada, they're going to go to the country's capital. And if that somehow disturbs your daily way of living, well, you might want to consider that before you invested in living in the central of the Canada of the, you know what I mean? Like, ladies and gentlemen, come on, think about it. Protests happen. And if you don't want to be part of them, you might not want to be near the ones causing the problems that cause the protests, Just my own thought.
Or they could have sold their house and leave, or give it to us and bye-bye. That's it.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of things that can be done. And well, I'm not going to propose that somebody sell their house. And I'm pretty sure that they're glad the phantom honking is gone. And I, to all of the Ottawa citizens, I really apologize that we inconvenienced you, but we're just trying to save the country. So just the way it is. We're going to hop to tomorrow night. We've got footage of tomorrow night. During the day, it was a nice day, a little bit rainy, but here at night, we got to meet a bunch of guys out at the Veterans Memorial. Let's see if we can dial in here. I don't know if we'll be able to hear this. Hang on.
All's peaceful here. I've never heard that before. Come on.
Yeah, I think I roll up on.
Great. Hey, I'm Jim Kerr with the Church of Bubbles.
Okay, hold on. There we go.
The night don't matter. No rain gonna stop them. Ain't nothing gonna stop you guys. Ain't nothing gonna stop. Huh? You guys are great. Hey, I'm Jim Kerr with the Church of Bubbles. We come out just kind of make sure things are good, and everywhere we go, there's already somebody making sure it's good. So we ain't got nothing to do. Yeah. But it's good to see you guys are out here, man.
The bus of bubbles, actually.
Yeah. Did you see the bubbles today?
No, I didn't, but I saw it for a couple of days before I got up there.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Today was the.
That would have been the only day I blew bubbles.
Whatever.
My fluid was frozen the entire time. We could blow no bubble. It was very, very difficult.
100 million of our money.
So, standing on guard. Love you, humans.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, man, they were just proper G's. Those vets, they had a bit of a hard time of it in that when they came to put up the gates and all that kind of stuff, they had to get in all the confrontation, and that's the last thing a vet wants to do is get into confrontation. I mean, they're designed, they're built and trained to be able to deal with it, but it doesn't mean that these guys the ones that I had the opportunity and privilege of spending time with were suffering from different PSTD things, and then having to deal with all that police stuff. Oh, yeah. Craziness.
It was this put those fences on that property.
I'm not sure who it
In
was.
their best interest.
Honestly, I don't know who it was. Do you know?
Probably the cops.
Well, it was some level of police. I've got to say, but it would be nice to know who actually did it. But regardless, what happens is when stupid things happen, smart people react and they do what they need to do in order to fix that. So thank God the vets were there and kind of helping out. So Here we go. This is a bit of an interview with a guy inside the bubble bus who was telling us about the fences coming down.
Hey, how you doing? Okay, so ladies, this morning, and he's also
tell you that story.
Because sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah.
Because we're here with a couple right now, a couple of vets, and they've been instrumental in helping us. They prefer not to be shown on screen, but for now, you're sitting beside one right there and one right across from you. So please continue.
That's amazing, and I'm honored to be in their presence. So this morning I was lucky enough to be next to the War Memorial, which ever since I got here on Wednesday, I noticed had been fenced off. And I always think it's very unfair to fence off monuments from the people. You know, it's like it keeps you away. And I know earlier that people were cleaning that monument, and I saw people on some of the videos shoveling the snow there. And so I was surprised to see it fenced off. And today, as I was walking by, there was a crowd that had gathered by the War Memorial. And I was doing my first ever live stream on Facebook, and I said, well, I better go look and see what's happening. And as I got there, I saw that the fencing had been removed, and there was just a huge crowd of people, several thousand people, and many veterans in that crowd. And the veterans all got on the War Memorial. They surrounded it. The people, several thousand people, surrounded them. And then about 20 cops walked through, just marched through. You know, we weren't sure what was going to happen with them. And they got to one point. They turned around and they stopped. And then they just turned around and they left. You know, and they took their distance. And it was really wild to see that. And then the veterans that were on the War Memorial started singing "O Canada," and the whole crowd joined in, and it's 2,000 people saying "O Canada" in unison. And it was one of the proudest moments I've ever had as a Canadian. It was super special.
So just to clarify things, as I understand, it was only the veterans that actually moved the fencing. It was not anybody else.
Well, I personally interviewed the veterans, and I said, you know, do you know what happened here? And they said, yes, we removed the fencing. And I said, well, why did you do that? And he said, out of respect, we want to be able to show our respect. And this is how we show our respect.
That's it. That's it. Thank you. All right. So,
yeah, so that was one of the events that I know not everybody caught about the fence up there. Did you catch that? Were you there at that time?
I wasn't there at that time when the fence came. I think it was during the week, right?
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, and during the week when I was still working.
So now you came several times. Did you notice anything happening with the numbers? Did you notice that there was more people coming? Did that occur to you, or?
I noticed like it was more people over the weekend than during the week. I guess everybody had to go to work, everything like that. Like myself too, right? So, and then the weekend comes and it's like whole bunch of people comes in. It's almost like it's impossible to find anybody. Like all the people that I want to actually see in person, I couldn't find it because it was so big. Like you don't know where the end and the front is. Like it's crazy. Everything is blocked. Like it was just amazing. Like I couldn't hear. I think my ears are still like I can't hear when somebody tells me like the door is open, come in. They have to open the door. Like I can still feel sometimes the ring of the horns, you know, but it's amazing feeling.
Hunting horns, the honking. So how did you find getting in and out of the city? I mean, could you drive in okay? Were there places?
I couldn't drive to my hotel. I had to park about 3 blocks away and walk and bring my like actual bag. I didn't care because I'm like, I just want to be here, you know. By the time I got to the hotel, I was already frozen. I'm like, I have to wait till I defrost and then I go back out. But every 30 minutes, I would have to like get back to the hotel and warm up and go back again. So it was the coldest time ever. And I used to live in Alberta. So this was literally cold.
So you got something to compare it to.
Yeah.
That's amazing. On our late night shenanigans, I don't know if you were with us last night, but we had Kelly Hale on last night. We met both Kelly Hale, Rob Primo, and a bunch of other guys. Let's just get in there and show you this thing.
I really appreciate
I don't know if it's going to be loud enough. I see my volumes.
I had to, Rob. Well,
you know, with all these lockdowns, I mean, I'm just another small business. When, you know, how much more could any of us take? There's so many businesses wiped out already. You know, eventually with these lockdowns, how much more could I handle? I don't know I can handle anymore.
Exactly.
So,
and you got good news recently too, no? I seen there. I think
James, yeah, like I just said to Jim here, we're kicking their butt.
I love it.
Everything they've done is unjust and unlawful. Yeah. They're basically moving the goalposts as they go, and they're making everything.
They've been doing that to me since the start.
I know.
You know, and the sin about that is the guy did nothing wrong in the first place. He ended up losing his business anyway, even though he won every single court thing that he did. Like he won all the court things, except they wouldn't let him open up.
It's insane what they have done to small businesses, especially. A lot of people had to close their doors and everything. One of the restaurants here in Hamilton, it's called Harbor Diner. They have a food.
Say that again?
Visit them. Harbor Diner, they got charges, I think 15 different charges for being open during the pandemic. And they didn't ask for the mask or the vaccine passports. They actually won their case. I believe last year they had a court case and they actually won it. So, yeah, they weren't giving up, you know. Harbor Diner, they're amazing husband and wife, amazing food, amazing place.
So I want to talk about what you do on a daily. Okay, so you did this trucker convoy and you referred to standing up. People should stand up more earlier. What do you do to stand up? How do you stand up?
Well, when the truckers got pulled out, the tow trucks took them out, they vandalized their vehicles and everything. We as people, we should have stayed in Ottawa. We should have made the chain. They can arrest us, but how long they're gonna keep us in jail? You know, like for what? We didn't do nothing wrong. We as people should have never left the grounds. And now it's gonna be so hard to do anything, especially like so much division and drama that's happening. How are we gonna get all the people to stand up and fight for this country? Because we can't let it go. We can't let the government to win. And seems like they're actually winning now because there is so many, like we don't know how many people works for government in the movement and how many people is there with their heart and soul. Because me, I'm fighting with my heart and soul. No money is gonna buy me. But I can't do it by myself. We need a shit spreader, like as France style, Germany style. We need this.
So when you say that, you're talking about getting out in the streets, pouring manure over the front lawns of Parliament and closing off roads. And is that what you're talking about? That right?
Blocking all the roads, blocking all the highways, everything. Like I was down in Croatia in November. Croatian farmers, they blocked the highways, they blocked the roads, they blocked everything. Serbia farmers, they blocked everything till they got what they wanted, and then they went their separate ways.
So let's talk about what is wanted. I think that if you talk to different people have different ideas of what that looks like. So tell me, what do you want? What do you want to see? I mean, does it have to be like, tell me what you want.
We need to get rid of the government, and we as people, we don't need the government.
So you're saying no government at all?
No government, no politics, nothing. We as people, we are the ones who runs this country, not them. We pay them. Why should we pay them? They're corrupted.
So now I would argue that not everyone is corrupted. I would suggest that there are some that are, and then there's some that are not. I don't know what those ratios are. I would suggest that the more someone has, the higher the ratio is. I'm guessing. But I mean, is it practical to have just no government? I mean, like think about it, right? Isn't that anarchy? And I know that anarchy in its purest sense actually sounds pretty good. If you bother to look into it, but you know, how does that work?
Anything is possible if people get along and everything. Anything is possible.
I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that. So, have you seen anybody putting forth initiatives that you believe are effective and will help turn this governmental problem around?
Well, I've been hearing a lot of talk, but no action.
Well, there are those that are attending the council meetings, and others that are running for specific, positions in government or alternative parties, or there's a lot of different people doing a lot of different things. Is any of that useful?
No, not to us. Not to us. Like, we as people, we need to like get together and make a plan. What happened to the plan that Toronto is getting shut down? I was ready for it, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. It's like, what's happening?
Although, however, when that happened, I do believe that was for when Ron Clark and those guys came out from the West Coast. Is that right? Freedom George and Ron Clark and stuff?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. They actually did close down parts of Toronto. Even though the people didn't show up, the police, that was kind of effective in that nobody ever showed up, but the police did show up because they were afraid the people were going to show up.
But still, they should have showed up on the feet, on foot, with no vehicles, on the foot.
Okay, so a shutting down of the streets, a shutting down of the business. If there's no streets, there's no business. We get rid of the government. Okay, so we've got no government. All the streets are shut down. And then what?
There's a lot of things that I don't really want to say on live.
Okay, fair enough. No, good. And you shouldn't. And thank you for having the wherewithal.
Because then I will be.
Yes.
What are you going to do without crazy Serbian? Come on, Jim.
Fair enough. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to. And this is what happens. I mean, when we're not online and we're not in the public eye, you get to have deeper conversations with people and figure out where they're at, what they want to do. And I think one commonality is we all want to affect change. We might have different ways that we want to do it, but we all want change to be affected. Because we don't want to fall into a situation whereby, Croatia and Bosnia and like, oh my God, no.
And you know what? We've been too nice for so many years. We've been too nice in Ottawa. Time is not to be nice anymore. Time is to get out there. And a lot of us are ready to risk everything. Myself, I'm ready to risk everything. My job, my home, everything. But I'm not going to risk it for stupidity. It has to be that stuff. But I'll talk to you in person about what I am looking for to happen. But I can't do it by myself. I need somebody as well.
I understand. We all need help. And we'll, you know what? We will, in one way or another, get to the point whereby we can get your information out there, so that actually, if you want to share it now, please do. So if somebody wants to get a hold of you, but be mindful. I don't know who's going to get a hold of you, and they could be anybody, right? So,
Oh yeah, of course. I'm censored on Facebook. I'm censored everywhere. Even my phone is
everywhere
when I go to Ottawa.
What? Why? Are you just do you swear a lot, or do you talk about things that are unacceptable? What happens?
I guess they don't like the truth, and that's all I'm gonna.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in.
They don't. Okay, well,
the truth. Nobody's gonna stop me. I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not afraid of cops. I'm not afraid of government. I'm not afraid of anybody. The only person that I'm afraid of, and he can actually punish me, is God.
Okay. And this tends to be an ongoing theme. Just about all the freedom, well, not all, but a very large percentage of the people who feel that there is a problem with freedom in this country, they do refer to a higher power of sorts. Oftentimes, if you don't mind me asking, what is your faith, and how does it give you strength? Like how?
I am a Christian Orthodox, so I do believe in God. You have to believe in God for stuff to happen. If you don't believe it in God, nothing will happen. You have to love yourself as well and love God till you love others. And God gives me the power, to fight and be strong and be a warrior. As many people, I'm not saying because I want to be like popular or anything or anything like that. I don't ask for people to know me, but people know me because they know that I fight with heart and soul, and I'm not fake.
That is another thing that I've noticed too. These people in and around these fringy freedom people, they tend to be a hell of a lot more authentic than many other people that I've ever met, regardless as to what their education is, background, it doesn't really matter. I noticed that they're authentic. Like they tend to be just themselves, salt of the earth kind of people.
Yeah. I'm a person, if I don't like you, and you can ask Alana and Ashley and Betty, if I don't like you, I can't be fake. I show it on my face. And a lot of people like that, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't hide it. I can't be fake or two-faced.
Well, I mean, at least as long as I know where I stand with somebody, I'm okay, regardless as to whether or not they like me.
But don't worry, you're in my good side.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
I'll take that all day long. So if I might ask, who, and I don't want you to give me names at this point, but what type of person wouldn't be on your good side?
I don't like two-faces people. I don't like people who's fake. If you have a problem with that person, tell them in their face, not behind their back.
Right.
Yeah. And work out the problem, because when you look at it, then you're the problem, right? I know a lot of people won't agree with me and they don't like what I say, but that's me. I can't change. I'm me, and nobody's gonna change me.
So an idea of something that the thing that is you, it's genuinely you, but it turns people off. Like it makes them, or it doesn't turn them off. It just they don't agree with you on it. What is a controversial opinion that you have that people don't agree with?
Agree. Like there's like many things that they don't, but I don't really care. I'm gonna talk, and when I talk to people who's brainwashed, try to explain, and I'm like, after 3 years or 4 years, right? If you didn't notice that it's been all a lie, what's the point of wasting my time to talk to you?
Okay, your sound broke up just a little bit, but you did say if it's all a lie. Okay, what's all a lie? I'm really trying to just for the people who are like, there's somebody on this that hates me and is just watching to try to figure out what the hell I'm doing, and I want to explain to that person what we're talking about when we say this. Okay, it's all a lie. It's explain. What is the Matrix?
Well, when the people tell you, oh, it's a lie, like you're crazy or you're conspiracy and all that stuff, because they're so into like the virus media that's telling them the lies, and we're telling them the truth all this time, almost 4 years, telling them the truth, and they're still believing the virus media. And they say, oh no, you're wrong, they're right. Okay, like
it is frustrating when you have facts. At least you've done your research to the point whereby you have determined that this is the way it is, and then you present that to someone, and instead of them going, well, no, that isn't the way it is, I believe it's like this, they end up just going, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Right? That's what we're talking about.
And I have no patience for that.
A mind is like a parachute. It works best when it's open, huh?
Exactly.
All right. So, do you have anything upcoming as far as actions that you're going to be involved in that you'd like to share with people?
There actually, I want to put something out there. Everybody's talking about. I understand where the ground zero is, but it seems like everybody forgot about Windsor, Ambassador Bridge. Many of them got beaten and many of them got arrested as well, and they were begging for help during the convoy for people to come and help them because there were no numbers. So their anniversary is coming this Sunday at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, I think. So the convoy, I believe Ava and some of the people, Windsor people, are organizing for a convoy and also to go and respect for 2-year anniversary this Sunday. So if anybody can make it and show the support, because it seems like we forgot about Windsor, but we're always concentrating on Ottawa. Ottawa knows us already. We need to go and maybe go in Windsor because that's another place that was like hurt bad too when they put the Emergency Act.
Yeah, and it's I mean, you bring out a good point. This didn't just happen in Ottawa, even though that's where I was. That's why I'm using this particular footage. I welcome anybody that was in one of these outlying places to come on the show and share with us what was going on in that area. Where the truckers got in trouble was when the bridges got shut down. When they shut down the trade for the bridges, that's when the government went, hold on a second. You're costing us a lot of money, man. We're going to throw you in jail without giving you a court date for 720 days. And then when you plead guilty, we'll let you out for a charge that wouldn't have constituted that anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what happened with the Coots brothers.
I believe there is a guy, I forgot his name, from Windsor. He got charged. I don't know if he is in jail yet or anything. He got charged for something that he had no part of. Somebody put him under the bus and said he was the organizer of shutting the Ambassador Bridge. So I'm sure if there's viewers from Windsor, somebody can confirm. One of my friends also got arrested at Windsor, and when he went to Ottawa to experience the truck convoy there, his lawyer said, please don't get arrested up there.
Well, have you ever been arrested? I mean, we're running towards the close of our time, but have you ever been arrested?
I haven't yet, but I am ready when the
You're
time.
ready?
I am ready.
You actually want that to happen?
They can do whatever they want, but I'm gonna fight for this country because I spent more years here than in Croatia and Serbia.
So, as an immigrant, as a freedom fighter, as a Canadian, concerned Canadian, I'm going to leave it for you to give a message out to everybody. What would you like the world to know about Alexandra, as well as, life in general?
I'm going to get a little bit emotional because it just hurts my heart what this country it became to. And Canadians need to realize it's going to get worse. Stand for your country. Get along. Stop this division. Stop this drama. Let's get together. Let's get united. As truckers brought us together, why don't we get together and win this country and win this war? And then we can go separate ways if we don't like each other.
I'm not sure I could have said that any better. Unity is the answer. Division is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. The more we unify and come together, the better we can do. That's just the way it works. If you've got under $100 million, you're on our team.
We need to win.
We need which?
We need to win. We cannot let government to win over us.
Absolutely. The government is a figment of our imaginations. Unfortunately, it pays a lot of people, and a lot of people are afraid of it. Thank God there are people like you who aren't, and keep standing up and doing what it takes to at least, put our feet in the ground and say we're not going that far.
Exactly. I would rather move back home and starve than take their dirty money and go against my Canadian family.
See, this pride, I think, is the right type of pride. A pride that says, I am going to be responsible for me, and I'm not going to, prostitute myself out. And that's, if you do that for a profession, I apologize for the reference, but, I don't want to sell myself to anyone for anything.
Exactly. No money can buy, especially the government with their dirty money.
Yeah. And there's no money that can buy the experience that we had at the trucker convoy. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We're going to leave you with the rest of this video. And Alexandra, people get a hold of you on Facebook, right?
Yes. Yeah. Alexandra Jovanovic. A lot of people have me on the Facebook, but I have like over 700 requests. I cannot get to it because that's too many to approve. So I usually wait for events when I see the people and they tell me like, oh, I added you. I'm like, who are you? So it's hard to put the name to the face because I'm so bad with names. I can remember the face, but not names.
Oh, girl, you have no idea, man. I'm horrible. And it's like, I remember the emotional impact I had from the conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I remember how they made me feel, but I don't remember often a lot of the details. And I can remember that you are somebody who always made me feel confident that as long as there's people like you around, this country ain't going to go down easy. So thank you, Alexandra. I appreciate it.
Love your beautiful wife and love every single one. And let's not give up.
Couldn't if I wanted to, girl.
But now we're depriving them of diesel, which keeps their trucks running, which keeps them warm, but are also depriving them of their natural ability to be able to live. So that's my spiel. Yeah, buddy!
Boom, boom, boom.
We gotta catch these.
Oh, wow. What a time, huh?
I know.
Huh? C'est très bon. You guys, you want to go on a cruise?
Copyright. Don't play the music that the copyright wants. Love the tune.
I come in every day for a little bit. It's like a ship.
Oh, you're doing fan center waiting, girl. You got control. I love it. Okay, so I'm just checking.
Turned into a big party.
All right, so I told you guys I was at a secret meeting tonight. I just met one of the people that actually has a clue. Now, when I'm saying this, I know she actually has a clue. It's not secondhand information. I don't know what she's about to share with you.
Oh boy, I'm not even going to tell you now. You're going to have to wait till tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be reliving the convoy. Share this out to people that you love, and especially people you hate. Share it out to them too. We want to be inclusive, and we want to make sure that we get the message spread wide and far. Thank you for coming. I love you. The Church of Bubbles loves you. Now love you more than anybody else in the world so your life can get better and better and better. And if you learn how to do that, please tell me. Good night, folks.